Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a controversial call by the head of the Catholic Church. The power Pope Francis is now giving priests and why not everyone is happy with it.
For you to be that angry to come out with a gun and shoot somebody or try to shoot somebody and hit innocent people is very sad. It's very sad.
Speaking out, we hear from one of the city's latest shooting victims who is just 13 years old. And up in flames, the dramatic video as a trash truck catches fire and the cleanup now underway.
And midday on this Tuesday, already 88 degrees, feels like 93. A little hint of what's coming later today and for the next few days. My full forecast ahead right here on ABC 7 News at noon.
Now, ABC 7 News at noon on your time.
A big announcement from Pope Francis today. The pontiff says he will allow Catholic priests to forgive women who have had abortions. It's a huge change in policy for the church. Our John Gonzalez is live in Rockville with details and reaction for us this noon. John?
Jumi, good afternoon. It's what everyone's talking about here in Rockville as far as parishioners who are getting ready to attend the evening or the daily mass here. It's about to start in just a few minutes. You know, just weeks before Pope Francis arrives here in the D.C. area, he is once again sending shockwaves throughout the world's oldest church. And here at the Catholic Church, St. Mary's in Rockville, there are strong opinions about abortion. In fact, take a look at this right here, right in front of the chapel. There is a memorial for the unborn. It was a gift for the church, given to the church by the Knights of Columbus, and like I said, many talking about this today. Many traditionalists view that abortion is such a grave sin that it warrants automatic excommunication. Until now, forgiveness had to come from a high-ranking official in the church, such as a bishop. Well, Pope Francis, who has been such a polarizing and popular figure in just 2.5 years, has announced that he will allow Catholic priests to absolve women who seek forgiveness for having an abortion.
I love the Pope because he is actually looking out and asking people to come back to the church and including everyone. So even if you've made a decision in your life, he still wants you to be part of the church. He wants to include everyone to the church and bring them back to the Catholic religion. So I think it's fantastic.
Now back here live, the Pope says this afternoon he understands some may disagree, but he says he's met so many women through the years that felt the need to have an abortion because they felt that they didn't have an option. He writes in his statement, quote, "The forgiveness of God cannot be denied to one who has repented." Reporting live in Rockville, John Gonzalez, ABC 7 News.
All right, John, thank you. And lots of you this afternoon giving us your opinion on Facebook. Carol Reedy says, I don't know who he thinks he is, but the last time I checked, Jesus is the only one to absolve sin. Randy Pullman says, a message from God. Well, keep your thoughts coming this noon. You can sound off on the WJLA Facebook and Twitter pages. By the way, Pope Francis arrives in the U.S. in exactly 3 weeks from now. Ahead of his first visit here, His Holiness participated in a virtual audience with Americans around the country. It was put together by ABC News, and the event featured groups from Chicago, Los Angeles, and even McAllen, Texas. The Pope asked a Chicago teen with a skin disorder to share her love of music with everyone.
Of you to sing a song for me?
Well, you can watch the full event Friday night on 2020 right here on ABC 7. Pope Francis arrives in Washington September 22nd, and his trip will include a meeting with President Obama, an address to Congress, and visits to both Philadelphia and New York. And make sure you stay with ABC 7 both on air and online for your complete coverage of the Pope's visit to America. To some developing news now from the district. One of the city's latest shooting victims speaking out. She's only 13 years old. She was shot in the leg Sunday while sitting on a front porch. Our Jeanette Reyes has that story.
This afternoon, the latest victim of gun violence in D.C. is recovering after being shot twice on these steps just 2 doors from her home. 13-year-old Tajay Chambliss had just gotten home from the library in Southwest Sunday afternoon. A normal day for the 7th grader suddenly turned into a nightmare.
I was on my friend's porch helping take out her hair when a car came and started to shoot.
She immediately turned to protect her younger friends, ages 7 and 9, from the barrage of bullets.
I was like trying to cover up the little girl whose hair I was taking out because she was too young to get shot.
Tajay was hit twice in the leg.
I knew I had got shot, but I didn't feel anything until I got into the house.
With one bullet still lodged in her leg and limping from her injuries, she speaks words of a person well beyond her years.
I want them to be caught because gun violence is ridiculous and it can be anybody else's child next and they might get shot and not live. I'm just happy to live.
Unfortunately, this young girl who just days ago was worried about homework now has fears that no child should have.
I don't think I will be returning ever to the library to do my homework again. I feel unsafe in this neighborhood.
Reporting in Southwest, Jeanette Reyes, ABC 7 News.
And you can watch Jeanette's full unedited interview on our website, WJLA.com. Meanwhile, the latest numbers show this past month was the deadliest August in 5 years. The D.C. murder rate for the year is now at 105. The spike in violence prompted D.C.'s police union to vote no confidence in Chief Kathy Lanier. Well, right now, D.C. police are looking for a person of interest in connection with that murder outside of a Shaw Metro station. Andre Dudley is a person of interest in the shooting death of Matthew Shonsky. Shonsky, an American University graduate, was shot to death earlier this month. Police do not believe he was the intended target. Dudley is also wanted for burglary. He's considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information about him, you are asked to contact D.C. police. The photographer killed in that on-air ambush is being laid to rest today. The funeral for Adam Ward is underway in Roanoke right now. Ward was shot and killed on live television last week, along with reporter Allison Parker. Yesterday, hundreds of people lined up at the visitation for Ward inside his former high school in Salem. A private funeral service for reporter Allison Parker was held last night. Firefighters this noon trying to figure out exactly what sparked a fire that damaged 3 townhomes in Prince George's County. It happened just before 3 o'clock this morning at a townhouse on Cipriano Springs Court in Greenbelt. The firefighters were able to quickly put out those flames. No one was injured. That damage estimated at around $150,000.
Get back! Get back!
Well, this is some video of a trash truck fire actually in Gaithersburg. You can see those flames in the back of your screen. This is at Shadow Glen Court in Gaithersburg. The video shot by a local off-duty firefighter. The engine compartment, cab, and fuel all went up in flames. The firefighters were able to quickly put it out. Hazmat crews and the Montgomery County Department of Environmental Protection were called in to clean all of it up. Well, did you know that today, this Tuesday, is the first day of meteorological fall? But summer-like conditions hanging around. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hill is here. Doug, that was a hard one to get out.
Yeah, but you did a fine job. The deal is with the weather doesn't pay attention to the calendar. You know what? I mean, it is hot, and it can become hotter and more humid the next couple of days. For the moment, as we look live here, we've got ourselves partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies in the city, looking from the National Harbor right now. So it's gorgeous all around the area here, and bright sunshine outside the Belford Furniture Weather Center. It's just a little bit on the toasty side right now. Temperatures are up, and added to that, we've got an alert for sensitive groups here. It's code orange air quality alert today. Children, elderly people with heart, lung disease, asthma, is very sensitive to poor air quality like we have today. And if you have that opportunity to limit outdoor time, that's a good thing. Quick check of the numbers: 91 already at Reagan National, upper 80s elsewhere. Humidity levels, because of the rising dew points, they're starting to increase as well. So right now outside, it feels like 95 degrees in Washington, 94 at Andrews, 92 at Washington Dulles. Through the afternoon, we'll be in the lower 90s, but with the heat and humidity combo, it's going to feel more like 97 or 98. No rain in the forecast today, but until sunset this evening, keep in mind, code orange air quality alert. That is the latest for you, Jimmy.
Okay, Doug, thank you. We'll see you in just a little bit. Well, this noon we are getting a closer look at the new batch of Hillary Clinton's emails from when she was Secretary of State. The State Department released thousands of those emails overnight, and our Sam Sweeney has the new information revealed in those emails.
Well, good afternoon. 7,000 pages of Hillary Clinton's emails were released late Monday night. 125 of those pages now contain sensitive information. But at this hour, it doesn't appear that any of that information jeopardizes national security. The emails range from TV shows Clinton was interested in to emails with Chelsea about issues in Haiti. Others were more trivial, including one Chelsea sent where she complained about not being able to load video on the State Department website. Chelsea wrote to her mother under the codename Diane Reynolds. In one email, a friend forwards a news report about a bank robber in Virginia who wore a Hillary Clinton mask. Clinton asks in the reply if she should be flattered. In another email exchange, it became clear that at least one member of the State Department's IT team did not know Clinton used a private email. Meantime, several of Clinton's emails were redacted. In some cases, personal cell phone numbers were blocked. In others, it was drafts of congressional testimony that were kept private. Of course, now the testimony is public record. Including today's emails, the State Department has now released 13,000 pages in total. They will continue to release emails each month. So far, Hillary Clinton has not commented on this latest email release. Reporting at the U.S. State Department, I'm Sam Sweeney, ABC 7 News.
We want to turn to vote 2016 now. A new poll shows a new threat to Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. Dr. Ben Carson is now tied with Trump at 23% in the critical first voting state of Iowa. It's the first time since mid-July that an Iowa poll has shown Trump not alone in the lead. Carson's only public reaction retweeting of the new headlines and a simple thank you. But Trump, noticeably silent. Third place in that poll, businesswoman Carly Fiorina with 10% of support. Well, it's time now to check on your traffic this noon. Let's head over to Jamie Sullivan with a look at how it looks out there today. Jamie?
Jumi, it is a slow go. We are starting off in Virginia on 66. The heaviest stretch of traffic will be heading inbound. So first I want to focus on what you're seeing here, which is the volume. Again, this is eastbound on 66. Now, we have a couple accidents. As we move to the maps, let's focus in. Working your way in from Centerville, getting through Fairfax, the crash before Nutley Street. It is blocking that red X lane. So a heads up for you. You will see flashing lights just pushing everyone over to the side. Past this point, a little bit closer to the Capitol Beltway, we have another accident. So it is a little bit of a rough ride in the teens. Right now, that stretch from the Fairfax County Parkway continuing to the Capitol Beltway will take you about 20 minutes. As far as our commute inside through Falls Church, 66 is okay. And the Capitol Beltway, we are seeing mostly green through Montgomery County, not bad through Silver Spring, getting closer to Bethesda. In Virginia, not bad on the inner loop or the outer loop, working your way closer to Annandale. And then on the bottom stretch, past the Springfield interchange, getting closer to the Wilson Bridge, we are quiet. That stretch on the top side of the Beltway right now, we're up to speed. Will take you about 12 minutes, and that is normal. Midday road work, we do have a little bit in the local lanes on 270 near Montrose. Not causing a backup, though. Back to you, Jumi.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, defying the U.S. Supreme Court. A Kentucky clerk refusing to issue marriage licenses to gay couples again. We'll tell you about the consequences she's now facing. And high school football dangers, the bizarre injuries to two students in the same game. And cleaning up after a monsoon, a look at the damage left behind in Phoenix. Plus, when we could expect some storms around here at home. Doug is back with his full forecast. That's coming up after the break.
ABC 7's Countdown to Kickoff.
New disturbing video you're taking a look at shows the fatal shooting of a man in San Antonio, Texas, by two county sheriff's deputies. The video includes the moment the suspect, Gilbert Flores, was shot with his hands up outside of a home. The video also shows deputies left Flores on the ground for 3 minutes before an ambulance arrived. The deputies are on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation. A county clerk in Kentucky is again refusing to issue marriage licenses to gay couples, and today it could land her in jail. The U.S. Supreme Court declined to intervene yesterday, leaving Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis no legal ground to refuse to grant the licenses, even though she says that would violate her Christian beliefs. That means a federal judge can now hold her in contempt of court. She could face fines or even jail time. Police and school officials in California are investigating reports that drug use led to brain injuries in 2 student athletes. It happened Friday after a high school football game. One player was hospitalized with a concussion and nerve injury before being released the next day, but another is still in the hospital in critical condition after undergoing emergency brain surgery.
He just wasn't looking right. It looked like he was exhausted.
Officials arrested a 17-year-old fellow student yesterday for allegedly selling the drug to classmates, but they are still investigating a possible connection between the suspect and these players. New this noon, Governor Larry Hogan issued a statewide proclamation declaring September National Blood Cancer Awareness Month in Maryland. The governor also said September 15th, his administration will host an American Red Cross blood drive at the State House in Annapolis. Hogan is battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He said his own treatments have shown him firsthand how cancer affects everyone. Well, this is some weather news now. Take a look at this. Folks are still cleaning up this noon after severe thunderstorms just ripped through Phoenix. Monday night storms left behind flooded streets and a trail of downed trees and power lines. The monsoon storm also halted all flights in and out of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport for more than an hour. Fire officials say they received more than 400 emergency calls. Wow, it's a tough situation they're dealing with out there.
It really is. I mean, they have monsoon season in the summer, but I mean, that's more literally, I mean, that kind of severe storms, not all that common there. Well, here it's quiet. It's just hot and humid.
Yeah, a little heat wave?
Yeah, for a few days here. Okay. Even though it's September, we've had a lot of hot weather over the years in September in Washington, and this may be one of those months again that shapes up. All right, here's the story at midday. We'll give you a time lapse. This from the campus of Oakdale High School in Imesville. That's in southeastern Frederick County, Maryland. A little fog this morning on the ground. That kind of burned off very quickly. Sun doesn't have to get more than a few degrees off the horizon to take care of that. And now we've kind of evolved into a very nice day, just very summery still. Hot and humid with a few fair weather clouds. Temperatures will continue to slowly rise. Pollen count in today, moderate category for grasses, weeds, and mold spores. Trees slowing down a little bit in the low category. And we have concerns about air quality, as we told you a few minutes ago, with code orange in effect, air quality alert today. All right, it's 88 degrees in Charlottesville right now, 87 in Richmond, 88 in Hagerstown, 91 right now in the nation's capital. A little cooler along the coast with a little breeze off the Atlantic, helping to cool things down. But generally, the mid-Atlantic, the southeast, Tennessee Valley, everybody in the eastern part of the country is going to be getting in on these much warmer and more humid conditions over the next few days. And that's certainly going to be our story. We're going to call for a high about 93 today, but that's part of the issue. The other part is the humidity. They'll make it feel more like 97 or 98. Plus the air quality alert code orange. So there you have it, September 1st. Going to be a hot day indeed. Satellite and radar, we're going to watch it. You see one little speck out here to the south and west of Washington. That right there over Madison County. There's one lone shower there, another one on the other side of the mountains, and then you have to go way out to eastern sections of Illinois to find any more rain. We will see a possibility of a shower or a thunder shower along the mountains tomorrow, especially again west of the I-81 corridor, and there'll be a fair amount of it. But just with high pressure off the coast, I don't think very much of this is going to come eastward towards the metro area. Isolated shower possible. Thursday should be dry. Friday, we have another chance of showers and thunderstorms, not coming in from the west, but coming in from the north as a cold front comes in. And if this cold front behaves coming down, it might just lead to a gorgeous Labor Day weekend. That's, in fact, what we're calling for in our forecast right now. So check it out the next 7 days, starting with today, 93, hot and humid. Now, we'll get through the day tomorrow. We'll still be up there in the 90s, but with the approach of the showers from the west, we'll just put a low-end chance of some of those getting across the Interstate 81 corridor. Thursday, hot and humid again. Then Friday, still in the upper 80s, but with a cold front approaching, scattered showers and thunderstorms a possibility. And Jimmy still looks like Saturday, Sunday, Monday will be partly cloudy, more enjoyable, mid-80s. Nice.
For Labor Day weekend, absolutely.
Nice?
Get that last pool day in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Doug, thank you. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the shipping change coming to Amazon Prime. Plus, an app claiming to help you detect skin cancer. But do they really work? The action now being taken by the FTC. Amazon Prime is scaling back one of its most popular perks. It's free 2-day shipping used to be free on most items for customers who pay $99 a year for the Prime service. But now Amazon is testing a new program called Shop by Region. It allows merchants to decide how far their items will ship with Amazon Prime. The program will only apply to sellers who ship directly to customers. Well, 7 is on your side this noon with the Health Matters report now. The Federal Trade Commission is taking action against the marketers of medical apps making deceptive claims. The FTC recently sued the makers of an app, Mole Detective, and their Mel app for their claims about melanoma detection. Both companies settled the lawsuits without admitting wrongdoing and agreed not to make deceptive claims in the future.
You shouldn't trust diagnosis of cancer to something like an app that doesn't have data to back it up.
The FTC says it will continue to monitor medical apps on the market. Dermatologists recommend that if you have a mole that you're uncertain about, or if you've had a family member with melanoma, that you have your skin checked at least once a year. Well, we are starting off the month of September with some heat out there. Doug is back with just how hot it will get. The final look at the forecast is coming up next. All right, so it's September, but it's still hot out there.
Yeah, it's still summery. Make no doubt about it. Let's look at temperatures here. 93 today, 92 tomorrow, 93 on Thursday. Maybe an isolated shower tomorrow. Better chance, only 30% though, of scattered showers and thunderstorms for the frontal system late on Friday. And then the weekend looks like it'll clear out locally with sunshine, temperatures in the 80s. The beaches look great as well. Check that out. Warm ocean water temperatures, lovely air. Can't beat it. It's good for Labor Day.
All right. We're looking forward to it, Doug.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us this midday. Be sure to watch ABC 7 News at 4. Have a great day.